Hello, I'm Captain Chase Jones with the Greenpoint County Sheriff's Office Media Relations Team. In this critical incident briefing, we will cover an incident that took place on December 28th at approximately 10:17 p.m. Central Standard Time. This briefing will provide you all known information about this incident, along with identifying a suspect involved with the situation. The investigation is still ongoing and information may change as the investigation continues. I will now read an officer narrative from this incident. The officers involved in this case is Chase Jones, GCSO, 2 Charlie 12, Ryan, GMPD, and 2 Delta 48, IBI, GMPD. Captain Chase Jones was on scene of a mutual aid request when at 22:17:16, a white male across the street opens fire on Officer Libby, Deputy Inspector Ryan, and Captain Jones. In response, Captain Jones fires 12 rounds with approximately hitting 3 shots. Captain Jones then reloads and fires another 10 shots, hitting 2 more before the individual goes down. The last round for that individual was fired at 22:17:37. From between that time, Deputy Inspector Ryan of GMPD went down in the gunfire and was later pronounced dead on the scene. Officer Libby was mildly injured, however, stayed in the fight. At 22:17:51, a second vehicle, a black Durango, occupied 2 times, arrived in the area of the shooting. After Captain Jones cleared the first black Durango that was shooting at him, he returned across the street to his patrol car to grab something out of it. While doing this, the secondary black Durango gets in front of the current traffic stop that was happening, hops out of the vehicle, and begins firing upon law enforcement at 22:18:33. Officer Libby is hit twice more and goes down. Captain Jones' body cam is hit partially, resulting in audio and video being laggy or non-existent for a few seconds. When this happens, Captain Jones runs behind a building in an attempt to save his own life with 2 people with long weapons shooting at him. He then comes out and manages to get off about 8 rounds. Captain Jones then climbs into a building and waits out the shooting and radios for backup. Captain Jones then sees the black Durango fleeing from the scene. The officer then climbs out of the window and the shooting ends at approximately 22:20:11. The first backup units arrive at 22:22:22. The following body cam footage will show this event unfold in real time. Then we'll slow it down and explain everything that is happening. Warning: the following video contains graphic content that some viewers may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. We are now going to do a slow down of everything and explain it to you. Here you can see all three officers on the traffic stop. You can see the black Durango in the background pull up. You can see that Deputy Inspector hands the phone off to Captain Chase Jones. Captain Chase Jones then quickly sees the person in the black Durango with a weapon and puts the phone down on the hood very quickly. As he does that, not 2 seconds later, shots start ringing out at 22, 17, 17. Chase Jones then responds with firing 12 rounds, as well as the other officers firing their service weapons. After he shoots 12 times, he reloads and gets ready to begin shooting again. We see him then shoot around 10 to 11 rounds, and the suspect goes down over near the gas pumps. Captain Chase then moves into the area to make sure the suspect is down. He then goes over his radio and tells any incoming units that are coming and dispatch that they are down. He then clears the black Durango and alerts dispatch. He goes back to his patrol car after checking his radio. Now he goes back to his patrol car to grab his notepad to note down some things for an officer involved shooting report that he would have to do, not knowing that seconds later another shooting will happen in connection to this, revolving in it being one big shooting report. We can see the black Durango pull up in front of the traffic stop in front of Officer Libby. I'm sorry. He then starts to talk to Officer Libby. However, shots begin to ring out before he can get his sentence out, and Libby is hit once or twice. The individual that they had pulled over then tries to get cover behind the building. We can see Sheriff Chase Jones get hit here in his body cam, which involves no audio and that little lag time. He then comes out of the building and starts to fire at them. We can see here that one of the suspects is a female with glasses, dark clothing, and a duffel bag on their back. A bolo has been put out for this individual. Chase Jones, then fearing his life, hits his panic button and starts retreating and goes into a building. As he climbs the building, he decides to wait it out there. As this happens, more shots start to ring out as the criminals see where he had went and try to end his life. As this happens, Chase Jones reloads his service weapon and gets ready to tase them in case they come up the same way he went up. As this happens, he communicates over his radio 1199, which is a code for officer in distress. He then asks for backup, and he sees the black vehicle take off with the kidnapped person he had on the traffic stop. He then starts to request a crime lab and other more units to the current location. As he waits for the units, he is thinking about different things, as I was told. He then informs units on what happened, and the shooting is now ended at 22:22:22.